King Tut may have been killed by a hippopotamus. Pharaoh Tutankhamun died at the age of 19. His death was so sudden that even his tomb was unfinished. King Tut ended up in a smaller tomb. It was probably originally intended for his advisor Ai. A 1968 X-ray identified damage to the back of Tut's skull. It was consistent with a fatal blow to the back of the head. It was suggested that Tut was killed by a rival. Tut had two key advisors, Ai and Horemheb. They became the prime suspects. Ai became Tutankhamun's successor. After a few years, he was succeeded by Horemheb. Horemheb had the title of hereditary prince. He was Tut's provisional heir. A third suspect was Tut's sister wife Ankhesenamun. She wrote a letter to the Hittite king Suppiluliuma. She requested a Hittite prince for her to marry. The prince was killed on the way to Egypt. Ankhesenamun herself then disappeared from history. However, the theory of a fatal blow has been disproved. It was proven that the damage occurred after Tut's death. It probably happened during the embalming process. Another suggests that he died of severe physical trauma. It could be explained by a chariot accident. Chariots were an essential part of leisure and warfare. They were used by the elites of ancient Egypt. Tut's tomb provided no less than 6 disassembled chariots. A hunting trip with one such chariot could turn fatal. Tut's body has missing ribs and a broken leg. His heart is missing from his rib cage. It was suggested that they were damaged in an accident, but a chariot accident would cause more conspicuous damage. The mummy's ribs could go missing during studies. They were present when it was first uncovered. However, Tut's broken leg could be the reason he died. He has a compound fracture without signs of healing. Embalming fluid was found within the break. This suggests that it occurred shortly before he died, so it never had time to heal. The break probably got infected. Tut might have been afflicted with other health problems. The break put additional strain on his body. There could be many circumstances of such a break. Tut could have gotten in a minor chariot accident, he could have tripped down the stairs or fallen from his bed. His injuries could be inflicted by an enraged hippopotamus. Tut would have succumbed to its lethal bite. Another persuasive theory is that Tut died from malaria. He suffered from malarial infections throughout his life. This theory is often combined with the broken leg. The two combined to overwhelm his immune system. Tut also had other genetic and medical conditions. He has Marfan syndrome and Klinefelter syndrome. He suffered from scoliosis and sickle cell anemia. Not all of his conditions would have been fatal, but they indicate Tut's dire genetic heritage.